Hello everyone, it's Tay of Shantae Plans. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and to part 2 of my 2026 bullet journal setup. In part 1, we created my grid ruler guide page and my intro page. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, definitely go back and check that out. You can go back and watch it before this video or finish watching this video and watch it next. I also have a video in this playlist showing all of the stickers that I am using for this setup, and I have them all in a 2026 bullet journal setup playlist to make it easy for you to find all of the videos. So those were the first 2 pages. That video is done, and today we will be going over my future log setup as well as my monthly themes pages. And this was so much fun to do. I learned so much from doing the future log last year. This is my second year creating a future log, and I wanted to make this very functional but really pretty still. And I'm so happy with the way that it came out. I love the thought of having a future log, being able to jot down things that are coming up for later in the year. What I learned from last year was that I gave myself way too much room for my future log. I did not need all that space. I don't have that much in my life. But this worked out perfect. I feel like having like 3 spaces for each month is enough room for me to write things that are coming up for this year, which should be a fun year. My sister is pregnant and also engaged, so we've got a lot of things to look forward this year. I've got family coming out to visit, things on my mind in terms of wanting to get out to California at some point this year, so got some things to plan for my future. And then for my monthly themes page, this is one of my favorite pages, and one of the things that I am the saddest about that I did not complete my 2025 bullet journal. The monthly themes page, when it's filled in, will have just small snippets of leftover stickers from the sticker kit that I use for each month. And when it's all filled in, then I'll have like a full year at a glance of all of the themes that I created. And I love the concept of this. I got started on it last month before I kind of fell off of journaling. And I love this page so much. I think it just came out so beautiful, and I love seeing all of the different themes. Thank you all for the amazing feedback and comments that I got on my first video. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying this series. I hope that you enjoy this video as well. If you would like to see how I created these pages, please just keep watching. I ordered my calendars on transparent matte paper, so I'm layering them on the marble color wash background so that they can have some color behind them. This was my first time trying this technique, and I learned 2 things. One thing I did right and one thing I did wrong. The thing I did right, as I was cutting these out, I placed them down on the page because the calendars have the names of the month still on the actual sticker sheet as I am cutting out these calendars. So I'm really glad I placed them down in order on the page as I was cutting them out. That helped me make sure to not mix them up because they are not yet labeled, and it would not have been fun to try to figure out which one was what. The thing I did not do as well, and learned as I was working on the second half of the page, because I've learned it from this one, was use the corners and the edges of the color wash page. Because for all of these, I made 4 cuts all the way around. If you actually use the edges of the page, then you only have to make 2 or 3 cuts. And yeah, lesson learned. So then I'm taking my highlighter and just drawing out some lines. And now I want to trim the entire thing with these lace trim stickers from Sadie Stickers. And I was so glad that I had those in my collection already because they tied into this kit so well. Now I'm adding the month scripts to label each one of the calendars. And you'll see I have some thin strips in like that beige color on the page. I didn't show myself putting those down because I'm going to replace those in a minute. And here you can see where I learned my lesson, and I'm using the edges of the page so that I have to make fewer cuts with my scissors as I'm cutting those out. So here's where I swap out those beige thin strip washies for these foiled ones from Sadie Stickers. And this like took the page up to a whole nother level for me. I liked the way it looked with the beige washi trim, but with the gold foil, It just looked so beautiful. And of course, I love a little bit of shine on the page. I think it just elevates it. And now I am just adding my title to the page because I'm at the point now where the page is functional. I have all of the essential features that are needed for the page. Now my focus shifts to figuring out how to decorate it. I actually have a series on my channel showing how to like break down a page and make it easy, but I wanted to have my functional items. I have my title, and now I'm going in with floral deco and then some quotes and things just to add those decorative elements to the page. And once I get things functional, my brain switches to, okay, let's decorate it. How can we make it cute? And one of the things I was noticing, there were a couple areas where I felt like it was just a bit of open space, and I loved the little quote scripts that were like square quote strips that come in the kit, and they added just like the perfect touch. And then I'm gonna trim the bottom of the page with the florals, and I love that floral washi. It just added so much to the page, brought in a little bit more of that pink colorway. I definitely wanted this one to lean more into the marble and black, but I also really wanted to have those little touches of pink. Now that that is finished, we are moving on to the monthly themes page. I hope you could see it. They're very faint. I have pencil outline of these squares, and I'm just going to take my Tombow marker in black and draw those out. And so I have 9x9 size squares. I'm in a B6, and so I was trying to figure out how big I could make the squares so I could fit 6 of them on each of the pages. And doing a 9x9 gives me plenty of space to add in some cute deco with my leftover stickers and really get a sense of each month's theme. And so I'm just taking my ruler and my marker and just drawing out those squares. Then I want to add some month scripts to them. I've had these in my collection for years now, but these are the month scripts from Paper Trail Plans. They're not a part of the kit, but they are available on their website. And figuring out the placement, this was a lot of fun. I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to place the month scripts, and decided to place them at the bottom of the box. And kind of wherever you decide to place that changes up the look a little bit, which is a lot of fun. And then I'm going to add some trim just to the sides of each of the boxes. I had this intricate washi. This is from Paper Trail Plans, and I decided to cut it in half because I liked the look of the washi, and I felt like if I split this in half, I think this is going to give me that kind of ornate trim that I'm looking for. And I was so glad it is exactly what I wanted. It's so pretty. But I cut it in half using my Fiskars paper trimmer, and it has a wire running down the center of it, which I love so much because that wire shows you exactly where you're going to make the cut. And for something like this, it was really easy to see exactly where the center of that washi was because of the wire, and I knew exactly where the cut was going to be made. That helped out a ton. And I just got that paper trimmer at Michael's, which is a craft store in the US. And so now I'm just adding my title, and Paper Trail Plans actually sells a page that has the common yearly setup titles for each of the pages that people typically add. I just forgot to buy it this year, so I'm just using the alphabet scripts and just spelling it out on my own. And then adding in a little bit of the deco. This is the part that is so hard for me when I'm working on this page specifically, because this is where my brain wants to go into decorate mode, and I can't, because I know I'm going to be filling these boxes with each of the different themes for the year. I don't want to go too overly decorative. I want to keep it as subtle as possible to begin with, because it's going to have a lot of different themes, and so I don't want everything to feel too busy and too clashy. So I'm trying to keep this as subtle as possible. I put down that beige washi strip from the kit, and then I'm bringing in this dot dash washi from Sadie's Stickers, and it's in black. It's not foiled, and I very intentionally did not use foil on this page because each month I'll be using different foil. So each of the boxes will have different colors of foil. So again, I'm trying to make this as neutral as possible. But then I decided to add in a little bit of floral deco anyways. ended up deciding I wanted it centered at the bottom of that washi, and then felt like it wasn't making a big enough impact on the page, so I decided to layer them. I taught a class on layering years ago on Instagram Live, and I'm thinking about doing it again on YouTube if there's any interest in that, because it's a technique I really love doing, and it's something I do all the time on the page. And I, if it might be helpful to anyone, if there's any interest, please let me know, and I will put together a layering basics video for everyone. I'm just adding my final touches here, and that finishes this page up. I hope you all are enjoying my 2026 yearly setup series. Thank you so much for watching part 2, and I hope you'll come back for part 3, which will cover our Letter to Future Self and January to December pages. So thank you guys again for watching. It means so much to me. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next video. Bye.